Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Center. So let's talk North Pocono Track and Field. Matt Slagus and Jess Slagus joining us. Matt, of course, a junior. Jess is a sophomore. Oh, they have a sister in Jenn Slagus who's down in South Florida. So a family of Slaguses who do a great job in the field events. Let's welcome in Matt first. Well, Matt, you're really doing a heave-ho with that discus, flying saucer, so to speak. Let's talk about this school record that you established. Really incredible stuff for you.
Yeah, I've just been practicing really hard, and my technique has gotten a lot better since last year. So I've been just drilling a lot, and my marks have been improving.
Well, some people talk about the discus, like, hey, what did the kid throw, 130? Hey, did he get up to 140? Did he throw 150? But, man, that's eye-popping what you threw. Tell us about what you threw down at Shippensburg University.
Yeah, I threw 187.4, and it felt easy. Like I didn't really put any strain on the throw. I just went in there and knew that I wanted PR that day, and I wanted to come out with a good throw. So I just let it go, and that's what happened.
187.4, eye-popping, if you will, for the discus with Matt Slagus. Matt, technique's got to be a big part of this, and the Slaguses must be quick learners, because between your sister in South Florida and you and your sister there at North Pocono, you guys are just ripping it. Talk about being able to process that information, and it's a really tactical event where you gotta figure out, hey, this is the technique I need to use, and right now all of you are doing it.
Yeah, we practice technique is the most we practice, and we just try to drill it all the time and change little things if things aren't working. And we've been doing it. Jenn was one of my biggest coaches, helping me, and because she did it for so many years, so she was able to do it really well. So she was able to teach Jess and I to become as good as we are now.
Matt, let's talk a little bit about competing, what it's like for you, and the head games that are there in individual events like this, because whether it's you can't break, or you got to make sure you have the right equipment, having the right kind of day, the wind, the weather. There's a lot that goes into things like this. So tell us a little about being mentally tough enough to be able to handle some of that stuff.
Yeah, I just try to just pretend like it's practice every single throw. I just try to do my best, and sometimes it's windy, sometimes it's not. I have different discs for when it's windy or when it's not, so it just puts in the mindset that right now it's not windy, so I'm going to use this one, so I'm going to throw a good distance. So I guess mindset is the biggest thing about it.
Matt, I guess for fun, you probably have to do the shot put and the javelin. Are you any good at either of those?
I threw 52.4 in the shot put, and I throw 100 feet in the javelin. So,
all right. Well, hey, 100 feet's 100 feet. Nonetheless, that 52 is not too shabby in the shot put.
Yeah.
And when you get to college, that hammer throw looks awfully fun.
Yeah, it's great. I love throwing the hammer. It's definitely right behind discus on my favorite throwing events. So.
That looks like one of those events I would love to try. When I was younger, it was the baseball throw I did in the Junior Olympics. I had some success with that, but that hammer throw looks like it's got my name on it, but you could probably throw out your back at my age. Matt, you talk about being a well-rounded young man. Yeah, you're an honor roll student. You play some football. Talk about what it's like to be a Trojan there at North Pocono. I'm sure there's some good camaraderie you have with your teammates.
Yeah, it's great. The atmosphere is fantastic everywhere. Everybody helps everybody. Everybody is just great friends. Everybody's like family. No one's negative to anybody. Everybody goes watch it to each other's events and everything. It's great to be a part of Trojans.
And how about Coach Sipkowski, who's doing a nice job and always seems to have a good attitude when you talk to him, and I'm sure he's having a lot of fun coaching a lot of you as well.
Yeah, he's doing a great job as a coach for us. He's really teaching some of the young kids and everybody else really how to be a team, and I think he's one of the best head coaches in our area. So I really appreciate having him.
Matt, with that discus throw, again, you're just a junior. I'm sure there's going to be some schools knocking at your door, and with your sister Jenn Slagus down at South Florida, I'm sure people are going to know this name, and your younger sister Jess doing some good stuff too. So is college something you're even thinking about right now, or are you just kind of having fun being a high school kid?
Yeah, I'm just pretty much having fun and just trying to do my best, so colleges will be interested in me, and I'm just trying to see how far I can throw and see which colleges will want to try to pick me up, I guess. So I'm doing the best I can.
Well, it seems like you have a great attitude about it, Matt. Continued success. Congratulations on that 187.4, and the best of luck through the month of May here, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's switch gears now and then talk with his sister, Jess Slagus, who is a sophomore. And let's welcome in Jess Slagus here on the John Mendola Show. Well, Jess, tough act to follow with your brother Matt, who's doing some great stuff, but I'm sure you're having some fun competing in track and field right now.
Yeah, this year's been a lot of fun. It's different than last year, I should say. I'm having a lot more fun than last year.
Let's talk about your sister Jenn, who Matt alluded to, said, boy, she has taught me a lot and a lot about technique. What's your relationship with your sister Jenn down at South Florida?
Yeah, I would say that she definitely taught us a lot to start out our careers in throwing, because when she was a senior, I was in 7th grade, so I was just starting out on the school team. So she just started with the basics and everything. So my dad knew a lot from my sister throwing, so she more taught my brother when he was younger. But now that she's down in South Florida, it's a lot harder for her to be there every second. But every summer when she comes up, and she helps us a lot with our technique, so it's good to have her around to still help us with the little technical things that we need to know. And
there are a lot of those little technical things, and of course us people who don't even throw the discus, just looking at it, you're like, man, that just looks so tough. Hey, Matt broke a school record with 187.4 this year. How about for you? Talk about your biggest distance this year. What did you throw, and what do you think you still have in you this year?
My farthest distance so far was 128, which was at a dual meet against, I don't even know, Scranton. So that was pretty cool. That was my best meet overall this year so far, this season I should say. So it was good to finally have that confidence back, in that I'm like finally back to where I was last year and getting better. And then when we went to Shippensburg on last weekend, I threw, my farthest that meet was only 125, but it still wasn't that bad. So it's good to know that I'm still back at where I was last year, and I'm still getting better. But my past couple practices that we've had with my dad, I've been having a lot farther throws, like over 125. So my dad keeps telling me that I'm right there to have a huge PR, and I can't wait, because Matthew's been PR, like having a PR every meet, and it's about my turn to have a huge PR one of these days. So I'm just hoping.
Jess, you don't sound like a sophomore. You sound well-seasoned right now with this whole discus thing, and I'm sure there's some attention that goes to both you and Matt, and Jenn kind of really did a great job of laying that foundation. Talk about just being around the sport and going to different places and getting out there and competing, and I'm sure you've met some great people along the way.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun going to different track meets. All my friends always say, like, oh, do you want to hang out this weekend? I'm like, no, I got to go to a track meet, and I'm always like, oh, it's like 2 hours away or 3 hours away, and we always go different places every weekend, and we always have a lot of fun seeing, like, people from different schools that are far away, but we keep seeing them at different meets that we go to, so it's cool to see people at different meets in different places, and we have good competitors that are, like, we're friends with now, that we've competed with the past couple years, that it's cool to know that they go to all these meets like we do, and they put in the time and effort into going into the meets, and it's different, I would say. It's a great atmosphere to be around with all the kids.
Good family bonding time, I'm sure, on all those trips as well. All that equipment that you're taking with you. I'm sure Matt's going to try to leave that javelin behind if he could, with that that
Oh,
throw.
yeah.
Well, he's doing an incredible job with the discus, of course, with the shot put as well. How about for you, Jess? Any interest really in either the shot put or the javelin? And are you any good at either? I know Matt said he's pretty darn good in the shot put.
Oh, well, Matthew is, I would say, a lot better at the shot put than I am. My best was only like 31 feet, and that's not so great. I mean, it's okay for around here. Like, I still win little dual meets and everything, but going to, like, districts, I'm not going to do anything or go to states. So I still do it just because it's there, and I have, like, it's not my favorite event. And then jav, I've thrown it a solid 5 times, and my PR right now is 51 feet. So I throw the jav as far as Matthew throws the shot put. So I guess that's something to say.
Well, I guess we know what the strengths are there in the Slagus family, and we know it's not the javelin, but boy, those discuses, they fly off your hand. So incredible job by both of you with that. Just for you, Matt seemed pretty carefree about his future endeavors, and you seem like the answer is going to probably be similar. Tell us about what you're thinking about. And again, you're just a sophomore. Has college even crossed your mind yet?
Yeah, I think we've all thought about it. Me and Matthew, we think about it all, like, here and there. But I think it's all going to come down to, I still have 2 more years to think of, like, really fully think about where I want to go. And my dad wants me to stay close to home, and I kind of want to get out of here. But it's just going to come down to how much I grow up by in the 2 years, and whoever wants me, wherever I think is the best place for me to go, and wherever I'm going to be comfortable is, I think, the best place for me to go. But right now, I haven't found anywhere that I am looking into. So
your dad's probably hoping. Your dad's probably hoping for East Stroudsburg University, not too far from you.
Yeah, he actually brings that up. Like, every time we go up there, he's like, "Jess, you might actually go to this school. So, like, you might start looking around." And I'm like, okay.
Well, it's great to hear some of those stories that you have with your dad, and the fun that you're having right now competing. And Jess, we wish you the very best, of course, with your brother Matthew as well when that district meet's coming up in a few weeks, okay?
Yep.
All right, Matt Slagus and Jess Slagus, both of North Pocono, doing some fantastic stuff here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.